and welcome back to Actual English, everyone. I am Jennifer Clyde. It's time for lesson 266, and today's topic is housing. I have separated housing, this topic, into two sections. So we'll be doing housing 1, and during our next lesson in 267, we'll be covering housing 2. Now, starting from today, we have a whole group of new people. We've got Kelly and, of course, Gareth joining us for actual talk. So when it comes to housing, what are some of the things you can talk about? Housing, basically, it's the house that we live in. It can be an apartment, it can be a studio, it can be a one-bedroom apartment, it can be a house, it can be any kind of place that we can live in. That's housing, basically. So, you can talk about your preferences. What kind of place you like to live in? What kind of place you live in right now? What kind of changes you would like? You could also talk about the differences in housing depending on which country you are in. So housing in Korea is very different from housing in the States, for example. Very different. You'll find a lot of traditional Korean houses with wooden floors. We have what we call ondol, the ondol system. That's what you can talk about as well. You can talk about the number of rooms, how large you want your house to be, so much more. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's begin by listening to the conversation between Kelly and Gareth and talk more about it. Okay, let's begin with actual talk.
So I hear that you're going to be moving.
I am, yeah. Myself and my wife are looking for a bigger place, yeah, with more room and hopefully 2 rooms, 2 or 3 rooms, possibly Jeonse, if we can afford. So,
yeah. It's tough.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe I can help you. What kind of place are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for somewhere spacious that's close to the hustle and bustle of Seoul, but is also on a quiet street as well. Maybe some green around or a park, because we have lots of parks in Ireland. So
parks are beautiful,
aren't they? Yeah, fresh air. Yeah,
Canada too. But it was weird. I get excited by big buildings.
Yeah. Well, it's so different, isn't it? Yeah.
I guess you always want what you don't have, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, can you recommend anywhere? Or, yeah.
Well,
which sort of areas?
You mentioned a bigger place.
Sure.
How many bedrooms would you like?
I suppose specifically 2, because we are hopefully going to have a baby soon. So yeah, that's the idea, to fill that room. So yeah, so 2 rooms, and I like Korean style decor. The lovely wooden floor. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, we're different.
Really? Yeah. How about you?
I like the modern stuff.
Oh, do you?
Well, when I first got here, I thought that everything Korean style was exotic, like straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
But these days, I guess I'm looking more toward modern amenities, modern conveniences.
Sure.
Although I have to say, in the winter, there's nothing like the ondol, the floor.
Oh, it's beautiful,
under
isn't
your
it?
Feet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So relaxing. Actually, I like to lie on the floor and even have food on the floor on a small table.
Well, a lot of people sleep on the floor during the winter.
We do as well. We always sleep on the floor.
Really?
Yeah, on a mat. I think there's a little Korean inside me,
Well, I think that I need to find that little Korean pretty soon.
Sure.
Good luck with your house hunting.
Oh, thank you. Look forward to it. Yeah.
Let's welcome Gareth on board, everyone. That was a conversation between Kelly and Gareth. And these two were, of course, talking about today's topic, which happens to be housing. So what did Gareth say? He, of course, resides in Korea. He has a family, so he wants to move to a larger house, a larger place, a place with more space. So we often say a spacious place. He would like to find a place with 2 rooms or even 3 rooms, 1 room for his baby and, of course, him and his wife. So let's take a look at the conversation in more detail. Here we go. Kelly says, so I hear that you're going to be moving. Okay, moving meaning finding a new place to live in. Okay? He says, I am, yeah. I'm looking for, and he says, myself and my wife. My wife and I are looking for a bigger place with more room. Okay? Let's take it up to here. We've gone over place many, many, many times. Depending on the situation, of course, depending on the context, place can have different meanings. A place can mean location, area, spot. But here, place has a totally different definition. What does place mean here? It means a house, for example, okay? Now, since he is looking for a new home, he says, we are looking for a bigger place, a bigger home with more room. And hopefully, 2 or 3 rooms. So here, 2 or 3 rooms and room. There's a difference. Do you know what the difference is between this room and this room? Okay. If you see up here, it is R-O-O-M, room. Down here, there is an S. It's rooms in the plural form. But here in this case, he's saying a place, a bigger place with more room. He's not talking about bedrooms. He's talking about space. So here, room means space. So he's saying, we are looking for a bigger place, a bigger home with more space, with more room. Hopefully 2 or 3 rooms. Here he's talking about bedrooms. Now you got it? Okay. Possibly 전세 if we can afford so. So the whole idea is that him and his wife are looking for a larger place. Yes, tough, Kelly says. Yeah, it's difficult, right? Maybe I can help you. And then she asks, so what kind of place are you looking for? Once again, she uses the word place. What kind of house? What kind of apartment? If you can't really specify, use place. What kind of place are you looking for? What kind of place would you like to live in? What kind of place do you live in now? Okay, so she's asking, what kind of place are you looking for? He says, well, we're looking for somewhere spacious. We're looking for a place that is spacious. Spacious means having a lot of space, like a house. Anything can be spacious. If you have a large bathroom, you can say, my bathroom is spacious. My bedroom is spacious. Our basement is spacious. Okay? If you want to say there is a lot of space, you can say that something is spacious. So, we're looking for somewhere spacious, a place with a lot of space that's close to the hustle and bustle of Seoul. Okay. Hustle and bustle, that's our pattern for today. We've gone over this a few times in the past as well. What does hustle and bustle mean? It means very busy, very energetic. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of energy. So a place that has a lot of activity going on, that's very lively and exciting, can be expressed as hustle and bustle. So close to the hustle and bustle of Seoul, meaning he wants to find a place that's maybe located in places such as Gangnam Station. That place is crazy. It's very lively, right? Okay. But is also in a quiet street. Is that possible? Okay. So he wants a place that's close to the hustle and bustle, but also a quiet street. Maybe some green around or a park. Green here means what? Green, he's referring to trees, okay? Parks, maybe with a lot of grass, shrubs. So maybe some green around, like trees, mountains, or parks, because we have lots of parks in Ireland. Okay, I guess he's from Ireland. So he's comparing perhaps houses in Ireland to the places in Seoul. Parks are beautiful, Kelly says. Aren't they? Fresh air? Yeah, he likes fresh air and parks. So Kelly says Canada too. But you know what's weird? You know what's strange? I get excited by big buildings. So Kelly is saying that she likes big buildings very much. She likes parks. She likes mountains and nature, fresh air. But she says, I get excited by something, by big buildings. Big buildings excite me. She's just saying, I love big buildings. And yes, Gareth says, well, it's so different, isn't it? Guess you always want what you don't have. Yes, we always want what we don't have. Yes, we are only human. He says, absolutely, absolutely. So, can you recommend anywhere? Can you recommend a place? Here we go. Kelly says, well, you mentioned a bigger place. Okay. This is a word that I use very often. I'm trying very hard not to use it as much, but I say mention, mention, mention. Mention means to, just briefly talk about, briefly speak of something. Okay, not in detail, but briefly talk about something. So she's saying, you mentioned a bigger place. You briefly talked about a bigger place. How many bedrooms would you like? So she's asking about the number of bedrooms he would like. He says, I suppose specifically two. 2 bedrooms. Why? Because we are hopefully going to have a baby soon. They're going to have a baby. So he's soon to be a papa, a daddy, right? So that's the idea. To fill that room. To fill that room, basically he's saying to fill that room, meaning giving his baby a room. But if you say that's the idea, this is something you would use in a situation where something is correctly understood. Okay? So, that's it. That's the idea. They're very similar. That's it. That's the idea. That's the point. That's the idea. So 2 rooms, and I like Korean style decor. Decor. He's talking about decorations, like style, Korean style houses, Korean style decor. Decor. Stress goes on the second syllable. Decor. Decor. Wooden floor, he says. So he likes the traditional Korean style houses with Korean style decor and wooden flooring. She says, oh, we're different. What does she mean by this? We are different. After hearing what Gareth has said about the kind or the style of houses he likes, Kelly says, we're different, meaning she does not really prefer Korean style houses with wooden floors. And she explains, okay? Well, since he asks, she says, I like the modern style. So Kelly's into modern style houses. When I first got here, I thought everything Korean style was exotic. If you say that something is exotic, you're saying that it's very different in a good way. It's very new. It's new. It's very mysterious in a way. It's very different in a good way. So when she first came, she thought that everything Korean style, restaurants, bathrooms, everything Korean style was exotic. And he says, sure, it's a new culture, right? Like straight out of a movie. Straight out of a movie. We talked about straight to something, meaning directly to, but straight out of something means directly out of. So she's saying, yeah, just as you would see in, very old Korean movies, those places or those Korean styles were very exotic, like straight out of a movie. But these days, she says, I guess I'm looking more toward modern amenities, modern conveniences. So amenities and conveniences. Now, amenities, we're talking about features that provide comfort, for example, and convenience. So often when we search for hotels we will stay at when we go on vacation, there is, a category or a part on their websites that will say amenities. So we're talking about devices or features that provide convenience and comfort. So under amenities, you'll find refrigerator, bar, what else? Ironing board, iron, so forth and so on. And conveniences, we're talking about things that will save you energy, okay? Things that will make things a lot more convenient. Okay, we'll go over these 2 words in more detail later on. They're very similar, but there is a difference. Anyhow, she's looking for more modern places with more modern amenities and modern conveniences. Okay, so he says, sure, I see. Although I have to say, in the winter, There's nothing like the undol, the floor. There is nothing like something. What does it mean? There's nothing that compares to something. There's nothing better than undol is what she's saying. There's nothing like undol. There's nothing like you, meaning you are the best. Undol is the best in the winter. He says, oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Actually, I like to lie on the floor. He likes to lie on the floor and even have food on the floor, on a small table. Okay, so he does like everything Korean style. He likes to lie on the Korean wooden floor. He also likes to sit on the floor to eat, right? So have food on a small table and have food on the floor as well. Kelly says, well, a lot of people sleep on the floor in winter as well. And Garrett says, we do as well. We always sleep on the floor. So he's talking about we, as in him and his wife. His family, they sleep on the floor all the time. Now, this comes as a surprise to Kelly. She says, you always sleep on the floor? Really? Okay. On a mat, he says. Not on a bed, but on a mat. Yes, we do sleep on the floor. I think there's a little Korean inside me, you know. Okay. Let's take a look at this. There is a little Korean inside me. What does that mean? There is a very Korean type of person hidden in me. He's saying, although I'm from Ireland, you know, in a way, I'm very Korean. There is a Korean part of me. So that's what he's saying. And then she says, well, I think that I need to find that little Korean pretty soon. She's saying, I would like to see that very Korean type of Gareth pretty soon. Okay? And then moving on. She says, well, good luck with your house hunting. House hunt. House hunting is actually just the activity or the action of looking for a house to buy or even to rent or to live in. Okay? And he says, thank you. Look forward to it. Okay, so this about wraps it up for today's actual talk conversation. We'll be going over that house hunting pattern in just a bit as well. Before that, let's take a listen to it one more time.
So I hear that you're going to be moving.
I am, yeah. Myself and my wife are looking for a bigger place, yeah, with more room and hopefully 2 rooms, 2 or 3 rooms, possibly Jeonse, if we can afford. So,
yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Maybe I can help you. What kind of place are you looking for?
Well, we're looking for somewhere spacious that's close to the hustle and bustle of Seoul, but is also on a quiet street as well. Maybe some green around or a park, because we have lots of parks in Ireland. So
parks are beautiful,
aren't they? Yeah, fresh air. Yeah,
Canada too. But you know, it was weird. I get excited by big buildings.
Yeah. Well, it's so different, isn't it? Yeah.
Guess you always want what you don't have, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, can you recommend anywhere? Or, yeah.
Well,
which sort of areas?
You mentioned a bigger place.
Sure.
How many bedrooms would you like?
I suppose specifically 2, because we are hopefully going to have a baby soon. So yeah, that's the idea, to fill that room. So yeah, so 2 rooms and you know, I like Korean style decor. The lovely wooden floor. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, we're different.
Really? Yeah. Yep. How about you?
I like the modern stuff.
Oh, do you?
Well, when I first got here, I thought that everything Korean style was exotic, like straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
But these days, I guess I'm looking more toward modern amenities, modern conveniences.
Sure.
Although I have to say, in the winter, there's nothing like the ondol, the floor.
Oh, it's beautiful,
under
isn't
your
it?
Feet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so relaxing. Actually, I like to lie on the floor and even have food on the floor on a small table.
Well, a lot of people sleep on the floor during the winter.
We do as well. We always sleep on the floor.
Really?
Yeah, on a mat. I think there's a little Korean inside me, you know?
Well, I think that I need to find that little Korean pretty soon.
Sure.
Good luck with your house hunting.
Oh, thank you. Look forward to it. Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for actual expressions. Let's take you through the vocab words and then straight to our patterns for today. Okay, we had hopefully in the beginning of our actual talk conversation. It's just hopefully. Probably, expectedly, or even conceivably are some synonyms. Practice these synonyms, everyone. Okay? What about spacious? Spacious. It means having a lot of room, containing a lot of room. So if you have a roomy or spacious or a large car, you could say, I have a spacious vehicle, spacious car. There's a lot of room. Mentioned. Mentioned means cited, voiced, or referred briefly. You can mention something, which means to refer something very briefly. Okay. Now moving on to exotic. Exotic is the way you pronounce it. We're talking about something that is different in a good way. Fascinating as well. Amenities. Here we go. Amenities. We're talking about something that's luxurious or luxuries. Something that makes things comfortable for you. Okay? Also, conveniences, it's a long veen, conveniences. We're talking about accessibilities or availabilities. So the difference between these two, any feature that provides comfort, convenience, or even pleasure, such as TVs and radios, that would be amenities, okay? And conveniences, something that saves you time to do things. Conveniences, okay? Availabilities. Moving on to hustle and bustle. Talked about this, which includes activity, liveliness, energy, and also busyness. Okay, here we go. I really hate the hustle and bustle of city life. If you would rather live in the countryside because you don't like the craziness of the city, you can say, I really hate the hustle and bustle of city life. Here, the T is not pronounced. Hustle, bustle. Okay, pronounced as H-U-S-S-L-E. Hustle and bustle. Moving on to that's the idea, meaning, that's it. Okay, here is a sample sentence. A says, so you want me to put the blue boxes here and the red there? And B says, well, that's the idea. That's it. That's the idea. So this is used to confirm to someone that they have understood something correctly. That's right. That's the idea. House hunt. It's just the act of looking for a house, searching for a house to buy, to rent, or to live in. Okay? Here is a sample sentence. We are going house hunting this weekend. We're going house hunting this weekend. You can say this to a friend. If they are looking for a house as well or an apartment, you can say, hey, we're going house hunting this weekend. You want to come along? We're going house hunting this weekend. We're going out to look for a place. Okay, everyone, please do practice these expressions and the vocab words more on your own.
When it comes to housing, I'll be the first to admit I'm kind of high maintenance. I have a very expensive taste. I want to live in a place that's really nice. I like the luxurious style. For me, I don't mind if it's small, but the most important thing is location. I really want somewhere that has a central location. In Seoul, I do everything in Gangnam, so it's important for me to live in Gangnam. You know, my school is there, my favorite restaurants are there, and the places I hang out with my friends are there too. So that's really important for me, location, location, location. Also, I prefer places that are kind of new and very clean. Like I said, I'm very high maintenance. And another thing is I really like apartments on the upper floor, so I want to live on the higher floor. And the reason is because a lot of natural sunlight comes in, and also there's no mosquitoes on the upper floor. I hate mosquitoes, so I really look for that too.
Okay, that was Whitney helping us out. Now, she did mention in the beginning that she is high maintenance. We'll be taking a look at that. She says that she has very expensive taste. She loves luxury. Okay, so here we go. I'll be the first to admit that I'm kind of high maintenance. Some girls are very high maintenance. It is difficult to date a girl that is high maintenance because you are going to have to spend a lot of money to buy her gifts and do many things for her. Okay, so she's saying she likes a very luxurious lifestyle. She is high maintenance. I like the luxurious style. See, there she goes. She spells it out for us. She gives us details. I like the luxurious style. I really want somewhere, or I really want a place that has a central location. Central means center, in the middle, midway. So she's saying that she would like a place that is right in the center of everything. Okay? And last but not least, the reason is because a lot of natural sunlight comes in. Natural sunlight. So she's talking about how she would like windows to have natural sunlight shining into the house. Natural sunlight comes in. It also, there are no mosquitoes on the upper floor. So once again, she says there are no mosquitoes. Where? On the upper floor. Or upper floors would also be another option. So she's talking about living on those high levels, apartment buildings that maybe go up to 30 floors or 40 floors. She wants to live way up high because there are no mosquitoes up there. Whitney, there are mosquitoes. They come up in the elevators. Okay. Anyhow, let's take a listen to the whole thing one more time.
When it comes to housing, I'll be the first to admit I'm kind of high maintenance. I have a very expensive taste. I want to live in a place that's really nice. I like the luxurious style. For me, I don't mind if it's small, but the most important thing is location. I really want somewhere that has a central location. In Seoul, I do everything in Gangnam, so it's important for me to live in Gangnam. You know, my school is there, my favorite restaurants are there, and the places I hang out with my friends are there too. So that's really important for me, location, location, location. Also, I prefer places that are kind of new and very clean. Like I said, I'm very high maintenance. And another thing is I really like apartments on the upper floor, so I want to live on the higher floor. And the reason is because a lot of natural sunlight comes in, and also there's no mosquitoes on the upper floor. I hate mosquitoes, so I really look for that too.
Well, of course, depending on where you live, it's different, but housing in Korea in general, I would have to say, is pretty expensive. It's not very easy to get a luxurious place with a little bit of money, so I guess Whitney's going to have to work a lot to earn a lot of money. And when it comes to mosquitoes, I actually asked a friend of mine, a couple of friends, I said, how do mosquitoes get to the 12th floor, which is where I live? And they said it could either be the elevators or the drainage or even the ventilation. So they will find their way up to higher floors. Anyhow, just wanted to point that out. Okay, we talked about housing today, everyone. Hope you learned a lot and had lots of fun. We will be continuing with the same topic in our next lesson, so please do join us for that. In the meantime, feel more than free to come to our homepage. Come on over to www.ebse.co.kr. Look for Actual English. There's our message board in which you can share your comments and your feedback. And also, if you want to check out or if you want a copy of our scripts, you can check that out on our webpage as well. Okay? You'll find our scripts uploaded on our homepage. That's it for today. I'll catch you again next time. Until then, take care and bye for now.